All right, y'all. Welcome back to Dev Spot Podcast. Here with another episode. Got my boy Reg with me. Got my boy Kahlil. We here to talk hoops. You know what I'm saying? All-Star break is over. Second half of the season. So you know what that means. Playoffs right around the corner. So we getting into it today with the top 10 teams I think got the best chance to make it to the finals. I'm going to run through my list. We're going to talk through it. We're going to see what the guys think. Then we're going to get through who we think actually getting to the offs. Let's jump right into it. What's up with my guys?
Yo. Man, chilling.
Yes, sir. So listen, we're going to go top 10 teams, this East and West, with the best chance to win the finals, going from 10 all the way up. All right? So coming in at 10, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? They got Donovan Mitchell and all of that. They started off hot. I was feeling good. I still think they got a dark horse chance, but I don't think they really going to get it done. I think them at 10. Number 9. They talk like they up top, but I just don't see it yet. I got Memphis. Ja, I fools with you, but I just don't think they ready to get there. I think it's a few teams I got above them right now. I like their confidence, but I don't think it's going to work out. 8, we got the Clippers. Now, listen, I was going to have the Clippers higher, but I just got to see it. I got to see the mix go. I got to see what they look like with the new PJ. Just brought Russ in. We got to see what Kawhi looking like. I'm still not all the way sold that he back. If he back, this list is object. It could change. Moving right along at 7, we got the Warriors. Now, listen, the Warriors haven't been doing good. Red's last episode, you was worried about them on the road, but as long as they got Steph Curry in them, they got action. I can't say too. That's what I'm saying. I got to see what Kawhi do. I just seen what Curry did last year. I can't put him above them yet. Moving right up to 6, we got Dallas. My boy Kahlil, you know, real faithful Luka, one of my only riders with that. I still think it's a few teams above them, though. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a big Rudy Gobert right before the break went 9 for 9 for 21 points. It was nasty. Jokic then came and did whatever he wanted. It's a lot going on. They need to get Cleveland back, but I also think they need to find some way to get a big off the free agency market or buyout market or something. They need a big man bad. But their offense is going to be good, and they got that boy Luka with Kyrie. It's always a shot. Moving right along to the top 5, Philly. Now, listen, James Harden playing cool. I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive scoring, but I like the role he playing, and Embiid is a monster. At some point, he gonna have to break through at some point. He is that good. Moving up to the Nuggets at 4. Reg, you kind of sold me on the last episode. I'm still a little like, I don't know, but I like what they got. Jokic is one of the best players in the league. They are playing good. They still ain't even unleashed Jamal Murray all the way. So I think they got a little bit more to grow even. So I think yeah. They're right there at 4. Moving up, Boston at 3. Now listen, Boston been looking unbeatable. They've been looking great. Tatum hooping. But all of that saying, and they still right there with my number 2 team, the Bucks. Middleton ain't even all the way back yet. Drew been doing this thing, and Giannis, I don't know if y'all been noticing, but he on a crazy tear. They done ran off like 12 straight. What all Boston did all season, all these great numbers they putting up, the Bucks is right there consistent. When Middleton get back, I do think they're the best team out east. And then we get into the 1 seed. Red, you said you needed some time to see it. I don't need no time, brother. I'm going with the Suns up top. You got KD, you got D-Book. They kept Aiden. I don't need enough. KD, as long as his 2 legs is working and he hooping, I'm rocking with them. Number 1 team, the Suns. Like I said, this could change, but as we are, Cavs, Memphis, Clippers, Warriors, Dallas, Philly, Nuggets, Boston, Bucks, Suns. Suns versus the Bucks. The Suns gonna win it all as of today.
All right, mark it.
What are we thinking? Talk to me.
Man.
Kahlil, you want to start it off?
Oh, yeah, I got you. So, I mean, I was listening to it. Now, honestly, the list ain't bad. I don't even see it far-fetched off anything. Like, I mean, we're all just looking at how things are right now. I respect it. I think the boldest take and the only thing I would change, like, that I feel is, like, the Clippers. I get it. We haven't seen them do enough yet. We haven't seen them do anything, like, big, actually, since they assembled Paul George and Kawhi together. Right. But when you look at the additions they made right before the deadline, they added veteran guys. Now, this isn't just a whole bunch of young dudes that we're trying to put together and say, hey, let's make them work out. No, you added Eric Gordon, Mason Plumlee. You added now Westbrook, which was actually, I felt like it was the best place for him to go to.
Sure.
And he's coming off of a year where he found a new role off the bench for the Lakers. And that's really what he can do with the Clippers. Personally, bold take, I got the Clippers as number 2 on my out of it all, because Kawhi hasn't played a lot this year, but in the games he did play, and if you look back at his like last 8, he's averaging like almost 27 points a game. He's been consistent. One game he had 0 points at halftime. They were still in it.
Yeah.
He ended up the game with 22 points.
Yeah.
He don't have the Luka step back, that LeBron side step 3, the Curry 3-point range from deep, but he's consistent at what he does. And when he needs to score, he's going to get you a bucket. He's going to play defense. He's going to keep the team in it. I feel like with a team like with him in it, and this team that they assembled right now, they're best fit to go far. Now, chemistry and all that plays a factor, but that's who I have as my sleeper. I don't know if I believe the hype with the Suns yet. I do know they got Kevin Durant. I know they got Book. I know they're unselfish players. I got to see it. I got to see the depth. Show me that all those guys can hoop during the playoffs, not the regular season. Show me they're going to be there. And is Aiden going to score? Because now he was scoring a lot with Book out, with Michael Bridges and him running there. But what happens with KD? That's more touches away from Aiden. Now, CP3 can facilitate more, and that's definitely going to make them get more open looks, because that's one more guy that people got to focus on is KD, then Book. That means Aiden's less like looked at, I got to see it all unfold together, though. But those, I don't know, man. I'd put the Suns a little bit lower. I put the Clippers a little higher, and the Bucks is my favorite for sure.
So so it would be you said the Bucks and then the Clippers. So the thing with the Suns is, so I mean, obviously last year they fell apart and it blew up to Luka. I see what you're saying about Aiden, but the thing is with like a player like KD, he kind of just can play within like he's not one of them guys that you just gotta give him the ball and like he just gotta dribble. He could just come off, get his little buckets. Like I do feel Aiden is key to their run. I do think that's where CP3 got to come in and be that leader and kind of get everybody on track. Everybody got to know D-Book, like, bro, if you want to win it all, you might not be able to average 27 no more. It might have to be 23, 24 while keeping
22.
Maybe 22 while keeping Aiden involved for sure. But that's where you got to bring in like KD, you know what it is to win. You just was with the Warriors and where everybody had to take a little bit less. So it's like if everybody buy into that and they getting some of their depth back, Payne coming back, Shemet coming back, like they just got Terrence Ross.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like Torrey Craig. They got enough to where it's like obviously they need a backup big as well, I think, but it's like you got KD, man. Like they're gonna be able to play small ball, they're gonna be able to work it out. I feel like it's gonna be lineups where KD and Torrey Craig in there while Aiden on the bench. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be able to, I think, work it out. Like Chris Paul, now he doesn't have to really even score. You know what I'm saying? You got KD gonna give you 30. D-Book can give you anywhere from 22 to 30, depending on what's going on. And then he just got to make sure his main job is to make sure Aiden stay involved and stay engaged. The rest of it is just smooth sailing.
Right.
But also with the Clippers, are you not worried? So if they started Terrence Mann and bringing Westbrook off the bench, are you not worried about their depth at PG? Is Terrence Mann really a PG?
Now, before you get into that answer, I've seen a report that they're basically saying Russ is going to start.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I seen a report that was basically saying like Russ, they're gonna he probably start off the bench maybe a game or two, but once he get his feet wet, he will be the starter.
Okay, so the question changes then, brother. How do you feel about Westbrook in the start lineup then with Terrence Mann off the bench? How do you feel about your backup PG depth now?
Now it starts to struggle.
That get tricky.
They don't got true point guards, but they got guards.
Right.
You still got Norman Powell. You still got Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon can technically run a point even though he's in the older ages. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what I would like him to do. But if they really wanted to, they can make PG come out of the starting lineup first, like first one out.
Yeah.
And then put PG back in to take out Russ. They were experimenting with putting PG running point for a while right now, right? But he was logging too many minutes running point at a position that he doesn't play. You know, yeah, he's bigger and that's cool, but you can make him be the first one to sub out, right? Then you sub him in for Westbrook. And when he comes in, you're obviously going to have PG running with the second unit, which would have, you know, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, you know, people who aren't really great ball handlers, but it will kind of give a familiarity of like how it looked before they just traded for Westbrook, what they were experimenting the last 2 weeks or so. I don't know if I love it. I don't know Westbrook in the starting lineup with, Westbrook, Paul George, Zubac, Kawhi. I think that's kind of really crowded, but I think it can work, especially if they're all willing to buy into it. I mean, at this point, Paul George hasn't won a ring. Westbrook hasn't won a ring. A lot of guys on that roster haven't won a ring. Kawhi has, and he knows what it takes. And Kawhi's going to run a tight ship. I think they can make it work. I personally wouldn't start him off the bat, but I mean, like you said, that's pretty good that they're gonna, start him off the bench first, get some reps in, start him, and then see how that goes. I think it could work out though. But is Terrence Mann gonna not be hot anymore? He's been hot these last weeks.
He been hooping.
So coming off the bench could throw that off. I don't know.
Now with the Clips. In my personal opinion, since they're talking about starting Russ, Bones Highland has to buy in.
Yeah.
He a new piece over there. We're gonna see what you really made of. You run the second ship. In my opinion, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Russ want to start. He bought into LA 6-man, all that. Now he like, all right, I know I'm in a place where I can play. I'm back with my boy. I got Kawhi with me. I'm not really worried about Russ, honestly. I'm not. It's just up to everybody else, honestly. How are they going to fit with Russ is my question. Like, I believe Russ is going to do what he do. Yeah. Like, I feel like Russ, like, it's not going to be MVP Russ, but we might get Wizards Russ again. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like if he could play that level and everybody else buys in, they're going to be scared. They will.
Who the back is? So is Bones the backup or
in my opinion, I believe it would be Mann because he's been there.
That's okay.
But I believe Bones has to take a step too. That's why they traded for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look how deep that is. That's an 11-man roster right
there.
Yeah. You can go 11-man, like every single guy in there could play and bring value, whether it's a different series, whether it's a different just game or whatever. They have a deep roster and they have shooters. Sure. So that's what Russ needs compared to like LA playing with the Lakers. They didn't have that much shooters. Now they got shooters. So that can complement him really well, especially if they go small ball and add like Batum out there as well at the center position. Like, oh man, and the ain't gonna be clogged in the paint neither because they're gonna have all shooters outside. Russ gonna be able to attack freely.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
They nice. They just got to get here. I just got to see Kawhi get back. If you already know if Kawhi playing at his best, he's top 5 in the league, but we got to see it. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like we seeing signs here, but in the playoffs when you playing the same team every other day, like it ain't no time to really get no rest in. He got to be ready to go. Yeah. So that's the only thing because if it's no Kawhi, they're cooked. Yeah. All of the depth shit do not matter.
It don't matter at all.
Reg, what your top team looking like? How you feeling?
Basically had the same list, but as much as I really feel like it's a 3-man race in the East, which would be Boston, Philadelphia, and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cleveland out. I'm throwing LeBron in there. He at 10 for me.
Okay.
He's at 10. I'm only gonna it's LeBron. I'm gonna give him his respect.
Yeah.
If everybody could buy in with LeBron James, we've seen it before. Am I the biggest D'Angelo Russell fan? No. Am I the biggest Malik Beasley fan? No. But I've seen Bron take worse teams to the finals. So, if they could buy in, I got to give them a shot.
So you do have them going to the playoffs?
Yes, I do. I got Bron going to the playoffs. He talking about this is the most important 23 games of my career. Once I heard that, I'm like, y'all good.
See, so I'm not mad at it. So Bron at 10, Cavs is cooked.
Yeah, because we all know how the playoffs go.
Mhm.
It's taking them veteran dogs who's been there before.
Yeah.
It's the reason you got the Warriors in there. We just won it. Nobody gave us a shot to win it last year.
Right.
But when Steph came up to step to the plate, we won it all.
Right.
So I like Cleveland. They're a good team. I just feel they need more time and one more piece.
Yeah.
You know,
They need another wing.
They need another wing.
for sure.
And I tried to
You know my theory, Dev. I like Donovan Mitchell. I do, but I feel like he's a great number 2. When he's your number 1, I feel like y'all just gonna be a very good team every year.
but never really compete.
Nah, not when you got Giannis out there, not when you got Embiid out there. Like, you know what I mean? James Harden. It's tough.
Damn, Cavs is so man, I feel it. So the Lakers in there. So
Like, you can even take Memphis out there. I believe like Cleveland and Memphis, they're in the same spot. They just in 2 different conferences.
the Lakers got a better shot than Memphis?
Yeah, I don't believe they talk too much for me.
Wow.
Y'all talk too much for me, and y'all have not done nothing. After the Shannon Sharp incident, everything went downhill. They went from they was ranked like top 5 in everything. Now they're not even top 20 in everything. They like top 25. You got 22 here, 21 there. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
They don't have, and that's why I be watching all these interviews and everybody be saying the same thing. Having great veteran leadership in the locker room is so important because you can't tell me if Draymond, let's just say hypothetically, Draymond played for Memphis. Ain't none of that going down.
Thanks.
Draymond gonna be like, why y'all talking? We ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
They need a real OG in that locker room to be like, y'all tripping. Let's hoop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all how it's done. Because you could be all this great rah-rah team. Look at Sacramento. Sacramento ain't been in the playoffs in damn near 20 years. You don't hear them talking like Memphis, and they the 3rd seed.
Yeah.
I don't. All that talking don't really mean nothing to me.
Yeah. I hear you. So we taking them. So the Cavs is at 9. I mean, the Lakers is at 9 then.
Yeah, I put the Lakers at 9.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's valid. Especially if Anthony Davis could stay healthy.
If Anthony Davis could stay healthy and everybody buy in, we seen Bron take Dellavedova to the finals. Like he could do it with D'Angelo Russell. He can.
So if you seen, so let's say Bron get matched. So is you still taking the Warriors and Dallas over him then?
Yes. I can't count out. We the reigning champs. And Dallas, I'd be like Dallas. They was just in the Western Conference Finals with Jalen. I believe y'all can still make that push. No, don't get me wrong. There's certain pieces missing, but hey, that talent out there, we've seen talent push people real far places.
Yeah.
Give me your take on Reg and the Lakers being 9, and then tell me how you feel about Luka and the Mavs.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think the Lakers are a dark horse. I mean, they're obviously like I think 13th or something like that, but it's so tight in the West. Like a 2-game winning streak, 3-game winning streak can change everything. Someone can be all the way up to 5th almost. Yeah. So the Lakers have the talent. That trade, they won that trade. Now, obviously, you look at it after the fact when you see like what happened with Kyrie, where he moved, and then Durant, where he moved, and then it makes the Lakers what they did look like it wasn't that good, but no, it was because they got depth. They needed that depth. I think, like Bron said, these are his most important games. Well, I wouldn't say of his career, but the way he sees it right now, yeah, for sure. He don't want to miss playoffs twice. I agree. So I think the Lakers, let's put it this way, if they would have played the Cavs, even though they're in different conferences, the Lakers are going to come out of that. The Cavs ain't going to make it out of that one. That's how I feel. So, and I feel like the same thing you said with the East. The East really is it's 3 teams. That's what it really
three-headed monster.
That's what it is. And the Cavs aren't taking any of those three teams lifted up there. I probably wouldn't even let them. They wouldn't take out the Heat, in my opinion, either. That's how I feel about it, because there's veterans there with Bam and Jimmy and all of them. That's gonna play a factor. They look nice, but they're kind of like that regular season team that they show out. They show, they give you a show. They'll take out one of the bottom teams in the East for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get up there with the big dogs, they'll be out in like 6. And that'll be the end of that. So I like the Lakers there in that spot for sure. And as far as Dallas, that's my team. I'm rocking with them on that side as a fan. I'm confident that's going as far as we can. Now, from the NBA fan, the realist, I think we're missing some pieces. I do think that with Kyrie, it's a huge upgrade. No matter what we lost. Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, it was worth it. People are gonna say we lost that trade, but no, it was worth the gamble because it showed Luka that they're serious about winning right now for him, And everyone was looking at it and like, oh, they're 0-2 in their 2 games together. But what people not really seeing is like they had sparks and moments there where they look great. Like they were down 20-some points, 26 points in their second to last game that they played together. Kyrie obviously went off for 26 points in the fourth quarter. Luka had dagger threes, but they kind of facilitated to each other. Oh, it was against Minnesota. That's what it was, where they didn't get a shot off in the last seconds. But that's because they were willing to give it up to each other and say, hey, look, you take the shot. No, you take the shot. But that's good instead of having the issue of I'm taking the shot. No, I'm taking the shot. That's a good problem to have. And with more reps, they're going to get that going. Now, Christian Wood is the X factor how far the Mavs can go. And the reason I say that, Jason Kidd got to play him. And he has to commit to playing defense.
Horrible.
Bro, his defense is horrible. But now picture us if we put him with Maxi Kleber, who plays good defense.
Sure.
Right? And then you put Reggie Bullock out there who can catch and shoot. Okay. And now you put Kyrie and Luka. It's not the best starting 5, but that's a starting 5 that's doable. Reggie Bullock can play defense,
defense and shoot.
Yup.
Kleber's kind of horrible on the offensive end, but he could defend like crazy.
Yep.
And then you got the opposite with Christian Wood.
Exactly.
Like so he's horrible on D, but he could play some offense now. So
and he can create his own shot. Christian Wood doesn't necessarily need you to like set him up completely, but also you got that pick and roll now with him and Kyrie or him and Luka. That right there is a deadly lineup. Now, I'm not saying they have to keep that and play all the minutes there like that, because you don't want to put all the talent in one spot because you still got Josh Green's energy. I just feel like it's just people are going to have to step up. That's what it's going to have to be. It's going to come from within. It's not who we grab because there's not much out there to grab. Like you got to just run with within and go off of it. I like the Mavs' chances to go back to the Western Conference Finals. It's not going to be the same route. It's not going to look the same way, but they have to buy in and figure it out. And with these last 23 games they have left, I think it's more than enough time to figure out what they want to do.
Listen, I hate to say it, but would they benefit from going to get Hassan Whiteside?
Oh.
If you can manage his attitude and his like little where he be giving up type stuff, then yeah, I'd take it because a shot blocker, rebounder, he can get some lob threats for sure. I don't know his game. Like, I don't think he has a mid-range that well.
Not at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. I don't remember. I can't think of an offensive highlight that had him with the ball creating his own shot. But he can do things that maybe Powell can't do that great, as far as blocking shot. His energy sometimes is off too. But it's a gamble, and it's a cheap gamble at that. If you don't like it, he sits on the bench. Right. I mean, but he does block shots, and he does rebound pretty well. I think they can benefit from that to have another big man in rotation because they already got JaVale, but sometimes JaVale's
he in it, he out of it. It's
he can't play a lot of minutes. That's for sure.
It's the JaVale we all know.
Yeah. No, and I'm not even surprised about it. I don't want him to be a superstar and nothing. I just want him to go out there and play hard for the minutes he gets, Like just block shots, be that defensive presence, catch a few lobs, set some screens, boom, now let's switch them out. But I think it would be an interesting gamble though if they did go for Hassan Whiteside.
And the thing so that means you would have the Clippers beating the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. Now listen, if it beats the matchup, Luka Doncic is going to his first final. Now, the biggest problem with the Mavs is they don't have no big.
Yeah.
The Clippers ain't no dominant big team. They not finna. It's your wings and guards versus our wings and guards.
Yeah.
I'm taking Luka and Kyrie. That's not I don't know.
Yeah. That would be a crazy matchup. And in that type of matchup, we know how the Clippers are. They're going to take Zubac out. The matchups where Luka's played against the Clippers this year, obviously, that's the second team that he scores the most amount of points against so far in his early career. First one being the Warriors, surprisingly, right? But but the Clippers is for sure it. And they always take out Zubac. He never stays in the game that long, no matter how many rebounds he gets, because he can't switch on to Luka. So they got to go small. That would play right into the hands of Kyrie now, because this is someone that is going to have no shot blocker down there. He can get to anywhere on the court he wants. And now you're going to have to put who they be putting Paul George on him? You're going to have to put Paul George. He's too big, but he's not going to be able to keep up with Kyrie on that.
You talking yourself right into making you talking yourself out of the Clippers pick.
Man, but the thing is, no matter how good it looks like that, there's a flip side to that coin too, though. Who's guarding Kawhi is my question. Who guards Paul George? You can only put one good defender on one of them. You can't put it on both. So it's going to come down to really a lot of threes and who can get some stops.
It just sounds like whoever gets to 120 first wins.
No, for real though. And truthfully, I think the Clippers have a good defense for wings and I don't know about guards, but wings for sure. They got lengthy defenders, but their guard defenders aren't really that great.
Don't see.
And I don't sleep on the Warriors neither, though. So I don't know if I mentioned enough about them. I think I was looking at
the Warriors is my team. It's all up to Steph. We had this conversation on the last pod. Jordan Poole, he's so inconsistent for me. Yeah. One day he will give you 45.
Yeah.
But then the next day he'll give you 7. And so it's like I need a common ground. Like
for real.
Even meet me in the middle. I take 20. I will take a solid 20 every night. Cool. That will help us.
Yeah.
Then we've been saying it for the last 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
When Steph is off the court, where's the offense?
Yeah. Yeah.
How we moving this?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Poole, this is supposed to be your time to shine.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Somebody calling me. I don't know this number. But yeah, it's supposed to be his time to shine.
Yeah. No, for real. And I feel like another person that has to step up this year who seems like they're having not as great as a year is Wiggins.
Yes.
He got paid. He came off an all-star season last year, right? But where is he at offensively this year? I don't see it right now. And I think he's the key factor with Steph being out. He has to step up. Obviously, Clay's doing pretty good. He's heating up. Sometimes he's off, right? But those are the games where, okay, if he's off, then Wiggins, you got to step up. You got to be consistent. Poole, you got to step up. You got to be consistent. And then obviously, you're already getting help from DiVincenzo. He's doing good. He's been a great pickup. They got to just find the common ground. And even when Steph is there, that doesn't necessarily mean that Wiggins has to I got to take a step back then because,
right.
Curry, you got to still perform because if Curry's dropping 40s and all this stuff and you guys are barely winning, that's not what you want, especially when it comes down to playoffs because they're going to make adjustments on that. And if other people don't step up and Curry has a bad night, it's going to be an end of that game.
It's going to be Warriors lost by 20.
Yeah.
Another thing, in the playoffs, you got to win on the road.
Yeah.
If you look at the Warriors record right now, from home to away, they basically are flip-flopped. We might be 22 and whatever, 22 and 5, 22 and 6 at home. But on the road, we probably 6 and 22.
Right.
So like something has to change because we can't. You got to win at least one on the road.
Yeah.
I don't just see the Warriors winning another championship and we win nothing but home games. Not happening.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be hiding the seat to do that.
Yeah. I don't know.
So then, okay, so Kahlil, you got Clippers, Bucks. Reg, you said you had Bucks and
I'm still rolling Bucks Suns. I gotta see it with the Suns. Like to me right now, the Nuggets is the best team.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like we about to see our first three-peat in our lives. Because this ain't happened since Larry Bird. Right. We about to see our first three-peat MVP. And we ain't seen it. Brown was supposed to do it. They got tired of giving it to him. So they just said, here you go, Rose, even though Rose played a great year. But we all know it was supposed to be Brown. Brown was supposed to four-peat. So in our lifetime, we about to see the first three-peat MVP. But the thing, also with that, I got to see the Nuggets take another step because you could have an MVP 3 years in a row, but when playoff times come, where is that?
Okay, so then what does that do to his legacy? If so, in the West right now, as close as it is, he got a good team. Obviously, the Suns just did what they did. So outside of them, he should be able to. He got a good enough team with him being a top player to be able to beat probably anybody else.
Yep.
If he lose to anybody outside of the Suns, or let's say the Suns fall off somehow and they don't get to the finals, what does that look like for Jokic as a 3-time MVP? Like, what does that do to his legacy? Not getting there. If everybody healthy, Jamal Murray back.
To me, he'd be like, it was a great comparison to that. I don't know. Barkley? Not saying, Barkley was an MVP winner. He never won it multiple times, but Barkley was always that great individual guy, like AI, great individual guy. But the thing is, with them two, at least they got to the finals.
I said, Barkley got to the finals.
They got to the finals, both of them.
Yeah.
So you got to at least show me you could get there because you could be all this great player, but if you getting bounced in the second round, what's going on?
Yeah.
Now, is it you or is it your team? Is it the GM? You see Aaron Gordon talking about, oh, it upset me. I wasn't an all-star. Man, use that for some motivation to get y'all to the next level.
Thanks.
Facts.
Cool. What you think?
Denver is a team that a lot of people are slept on, and I don't know why they are. This would definitely. I think the thing with him, people not so focused on him because he's so quiet. He don't be talking much. He just go out there and hoop. So people don't really like sit there and say, "Oh, well, damn, Jokic has all these pieces. If he don't do this, then the bar is here for them." Like people don't really be saying all that. You hardly ever hear anyone bashing Jokic or or Denver in general. I think this year is they're healthy, right? Aaron Gordon last year was playing pretty damn good, especially in that series with the Warriors. Now, obviously, they expected him to score, which wasn't. I felt like that was too big of a role for him to be having to be the number 2 guy on that team offensively. I don't think that's his game, but I think it made him better though and prepared him for this year because now he can play defense, but he also is a scoring threat. Now you got Michael Porter Jr. back. Now you got Jamal Murray back. I think their team. I don't understand why they did the Reggie Jackson thing and traded Bones away. That kind of was a little weird to me. I felt like
it was for me too. I kind of
don't get along.
That and also I kind of felt like they wanted a veteran presence off the bench.
Okay,
that's the only reason I could think of it, honestly.
Yeah, it just felt like Bones has a good upside, and I feel like they just got rid of him and really didn't get much in return for it neither at that, I don't know, especially this late into the year and you're about to go into playoffs. I would have liked them, but I guess Reggie Jackson did have a good last year in the playoffs. So I feel like it's not too bad right now. We got to wait and see really to see how that affects everything. But I think Denver has a team that can make it to the finals though. It would be a sleeper team because Jokic steps up drastically when it comes down to playoff time. I don't know who in the West has a center that can try to guard him, first off. And then he facilitates. If Jamal Murray can get back to playing at a high level, like right before the like Bubble Murray, basically.
If we see Bubble Murray, I think they could get. Oh my god!
If Bubble Murray comes back, Michael Porter Jr. is hitting his shots, Aaron Gordon playing defense as a 3-and-D guy, they will be in the finals.
Yes,
they will put the hurt on the Clippers, especially since they don't have any bigs that can really. A lot of the teams in the West don't have bigs that can guard Jokic, and then when you try to double him, he can facilitate for others. So that's going to be a big thing. My thing is, can they do it? This is Jokic's moment to step up and take it to another level. You got the MVPs. Show us a real MVP, a finals MVP play. Show us that. You show us that. Hey, no one's gonna be able to say anything. They're gonna point fingers at what went wrong around you. Why didn't no one else help you here? You know? So it's gonna be interesting to see though, for sure. I think they can definitely come out of the West.
Wait, listen. All right, so you got 3 teams going to the Western Conference Finals. There's only could be 2 teams. I need you on record as of the 22nd.
All right.
You got the Clippers and who? You told me the Nuggets a minute ago. You said the Mavs. Where you at?
Mavs is who I would want to see out making out of it. That's not who I think is going to. If I had to put money on the line, I would say is going to be Denver versus the Clippers. As long as it plays out, though, you know, on the bracket. If it plays out in the perfect world where they can actually run into each other, that's who I would have in it. I think both of them can take out the Suns, especially off of experience. I'll say more likely be the reason why they wouldn't make it out, not for because of skill and personnel. It would be just the experience. I think the Warriors can give either of those teams a hard time, but there's a big question mark on, is Steph going to be healthy, and are they going to turn everything around with 20-some games left? You know, so my money would have to be on Clippers versus Denver conference finals.
And then out east, what percentage? So it's a 3-team race, but obviously the Bucks and Boston. What percentage do you all give Philly? If 100% chart, what percentage do Philly got of making it to the finals? And B, man, Joker's been playing. If Joker's been playing right here, and B been right here for the last 3 seasons. So Harden, he playing good. You know what I'm saying? They got Maxey back off the bench in his role, bringing in some points off the bench. What do you think they got action at? Tobias, you know, he's still hit or miss for me, but when he can give you a solid 20. What do you think they percentages get there?
Out of 100?
Yeah. Because y'all said it's a 3-team race. So
I give them anywhere between 25 and 30%.
30%. So that means
in my opinion, the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be Milwaukee and Boston, and I feel Milwaukee's going to jump in that number 1 seed before this season is over.
Oh,
so I honestly feel that way. You said it earlier in the pod. Boston been doing all this great stuff all year, right?
Yeah.
Middleton ain't really played this year. How many games is Milwaukee out of that first seed?
A half a game right now.
Valid.
And in my opinion, right, you know, Tobias, I honestly, you know, K-Love went to your guys. He did. But I feel like K-Love better fit was in Philly or Memphis. For reasons I stated earlier, Memphis, you know, they just need that vet.
Yeah.
Triple J is the defensive guy, so K-Love has nothing to worry about on that end.
For sure. That would have been good. That for sure would have been good.
That would have been a great fit. With Philly, again, you got Embiid backing you up, bro. I'm just saying.
Shoot them corner threes and
Harden is going to kick that out to you every time.
Facts.
But he chose the Heat, you know.
I was telling Kahlil off camera, bro. It's cool we got him, but it ain't gonna fix our problem, bro. I put on Twitter, I wish he went to somebody that got their shit together, because we do not have our shit together.
I think he just wanted the sun, the palm trees.
Right up
he just wanted to go relax for the rest.
He's trying to get out of Cleveland, man, by any means.
I feel it, bro. Man, we have no shot. No shot.
Like what, to win it all, or to make it out of what?
Y'all going to the offs.
Yeah.
Y'all going to the offs, but look, a second round is a great year for all the variables that's been going on in Miami.
Nah, facts. Facts.
One shot from the finals. Now we cooked food.
Hey, that's Lowry's fault.
Yeah, they got assets too. You got assets. You got to get rid of Lowry.
It's a lot of bad dealing over there. Honestly, there's no way I'm giving me personally. I'm not paying Duncan Robinson $98 million off one good year. Can't do it. Yeah. I can't.
And them is contracts. We just can't seem to get them contracts off. Don't nobody want Duncan.
Because everybody looking at him like, no, I seen this one time.
Nah,
that's what happens with recency bias. See, that's it. That's all. Look. We talked about it before. And then, this is off topic. This is a hoop, but I'm gonna use Jalen Hurts in this prime example. Jalen Hurts deserves his money. He does. But I've been seeing all these top fives. Jalen Hurts is not no top 5 quarterback. I'm sorry. He's not. You can't tell me if you put Herbert on that team, Lamar on that team. Think of any quarterback, any great quarterback that's not winning. Put it, okay, Aaron Rodgers, even if we want to go old. You can't not tell me they will do the same thing Jalen Hurts did this year.
Right. Right, for sure. We got to see it again.
I got to see it again before I start crowning them top 5, me personally.
And that's the thing with contracts, man. People, they give them the money right away, especially after players end up doing good on a contract year. People do good, show out, and then they start overpaying them because they don't want someone else to take them. Right. But that's what ends up hurting you long-term, though.
That's why I said it was a good thing to get rid of Brunson, get rid of Dinwiddie, even if the trade don't work.
Hey, if it don't work, you got options in the free agency.
Yeah.
Do y'all think? Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of this. I've been trying not to read too much in this stuff. Y'all really think that AD and Bron ain't getting along, bro?
It's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky.
AD come to the Mavs, that would be crazy.
It's tricky because I look at it in 2 ways. You can say, how like they were saying AD wasn't happy when Bron broke the record and all that, right? And I try not to look into it either. But, I'm a guy that goes off energy. His energy told me he wasn't feeling it at all. Right. And then when they asked him about it, he was like, man, I was just mad that we was losing, which sounds like a, excuse. Like, okay, y'all lost that game, so I get it, but that sounds like the easy answer out.
Right.
And on Brian's end, I could, Brian, he want to win. So I could see Brian being upset that AD can't, he's never healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember the last time AD gave me 70 plus games, 75. In my opinion, I don't remember.
It's been a minute.
No, that's true. Personally, I try not to look at it too, but I mean, hell, man, just off of natural instinct, like to be around all that, you would have been juiced. Like, hell, there's like OKC players that probably was like, oh man, this is crazy. And he didn't even have any type of reaction out.
Damn.
He sat down. Look,
yeah,
I'm not a Bron guy, but I was happy. I'm like, I like basketball.
Yeah.
I was like, that record was what, 40 years?
Respect on that for sure. It was, yep, exactly. I think like 40. I think 82 he broke it, I think.
Bro, like 40 years?
Yeah.
That's something, if you just love the game of basketball, you happy to see that.
Right.
No matter if you a fan or not, of the player or not. Because I know when Steph broke the record, you might not be a Steph guy, but everybody was like, oh, my.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you got to respect greatness for sure.
You got to respect greatness. You have to.
No, 100%. And to have a reaction like that, the only way something's gonna is unless something's clouding you, like something you mad about, or
it's
you
something you upset about.
Yeah, like unless you Kareem and that was your record getting broken.
Right.
But like other than that, it's like, dude, you didn't stand, you didn't clap. I mean, I didn't see anything out. That video just looked so bad and so wrong.
It just looks horrible on me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you saying, okay, we were losing, but the game wasn't over. He broke down the third quarter. There was still more
You
than
still
enough
had a
time.
quarter of basketball.
Yeah. You ain't that mad, bro. There's no way you that mad. And you like, oh, we losing. Okay, but y'all ain't lost yet. There's more than enough time.
Yeah.
I don't know,
He was
man.
playing shitty the whole game. Even
He was
before,
playing
like,
terrible the
in the
whole
first half.
game. If you gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at yourself.
Yeah.
Facts. No, facts. At
Did-
first, I started thinking maybe they were telling the players, like, hey, look, just get the ball to LeBron so we can get this out the way quick and then try to win the game. Because in the beginning, AD took a bunch of shots in the first quarter. They called a timeout, and then he ain't shooting no more like that. At least not as high as a clip as he usually does, though. You know, they usually facilitate to him a lot more. But obviously, Braun was cooking. It's not like he was just chucking up 50 shots, you know, to get this 38. He was hitting his shots. He had a good percentage.
And Brian started off slow.
Exactly.
He started off slow that day.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. That AD situation is crazy, but hey, they both could be mad. Really, I mean, and AD the least, if anything, because he ain't been available. Like, we get you a dog, but you got to be able to play. You got to be in the games in order to win them.
Yeah.
What they
And
say, the
Braun's
best
averaging like
ability
30.
is availability.
Yeah.
So with that being said, would you trade Kyrie Irving for Anthony Davis if it became available?
Hell no, I wouldn't. If I'm the Mavs, no.
Not me.
Nah.
No.
Not
Nah.
me. Because
The thing is,
it's a wild card with both of them.
yeah,
It's a wild card, so I'd rather go with the wild card I already know.
exactly. No,
Like,
for
I
real,
got this guy. He might love it in Texas.
bruh.
I'm not about to get this guy that might come out here and hate it.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis.
And he hurt all the time.
Look. So what? Okay. So what if they both say they signed a 5-year deal?
They both signed if they both signed a 5-year deal, I want the guy that at least has been playing, which would be Kyrie.
The thing is, it's like taking the current gamble and then re-gambling again and trying to get a higher number. Like, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna get a higher number than what you know what I'm saying? Like, I already have the 7 or whatever, and I'm trying to get a 10. There's only so much more I can get, you know. Like, I'm not trying to roll again on that. And the reason I personally think I would just keep Kyrie is because we've seen him play with big men, right? Now, obviously, they're not the same level as AD, but we had Porzingis. We dealt with injuries. Now that he's healthy, he's hooping in Washington. We got Christian Wood. He's not in the same level as KP and AD, clearly, but I mean, he be hooping, but then it's different so far in the small sample, right? Obviously, where we had Kyrie, where he can create his own shot. He can take pressure off of Luka. Luka don't have to hold the ball all the time. Yeah, you could do that with AD, but he's gonna miss a lot of games. He's also getting older as well. And he's still gonna need Luka to get him the ball because he's not dribbling up the court. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not gonna really take off pressure too much for Luka.
But the thing is, if AD get back to who AD is as a scorer, which is
if he could get back to New Orleans AD, then it's no question. That's who I want.
But not even just that. I mean, early Laker. I mean, when that first year they got together before the bubble, they was hooping. All I'm saying is the Mavs is missing a big. Luka need a second option. What AD showed with Bron when he was at his best is he was damn near 1A for most of that playoff run. Obviously, he kind of let Bron do his thing in the finals, but a lot of them series, AD was doing his thing. So it's like, would it not be better to pair him with a big that fill up 2 spots? You got his second option, and now there is no need for another big. They got that. Like, I feel Kyrie. If Kyrie resign, let's get it.
Yeah,
it was just hate to go find a big, but like you said, if it's a gamble either way, I think AD is a better fit. Like, you do need another ball handler, but I think it's easier to find a ball handler that can
a solid big. I get that.
Than a big man that's as dominant. If AD is healthy and he's in his right mind, he's the 4th best big man in the league behind Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like at the end of the day, I know he be hurt, and I be clowning him too for being hurt. But and it's like they damn near to say. I just looked them up. AD would be 30 in March, and Kyrie would be 31. So they about the same age.
Yeah.
I want to say they're like a year apart for sure.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, man.
It's definitely a gamble, but I get what you're saying though. Now, when AD is healthy, he's a top player in this league, like easily, bro. And he can get you like 40 and 17, like on some spectacular game type situation. I think it's just the question is his health, and there's nothing in his past that shows me that he's gonna play. And I'm talking, can he play 65 games at
That's
least?
my issue. If you could give me at least 60 to 65, it'll be a great deal.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, Kyrie might give me that same number.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could get a healthy AD for 60 to 65 games, I'm taking that over Kyrie. No question.
No facts. Nah,
This is my thing. If we just play in a hypothetical game, right? I believe AD, you know how AD likes to shoot a lot of threes in LA?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's Christian Wood's job. All you got to do is just bang down low like you usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember we watched it earlier in the year. AD was shooting the worst. He was the worst three-point shooter this year.
Right.
And one day he stopped shooting threes. That day he put up 45 points.
Yeah. No, facts. He got to stay aggressive down low, and he can get that too, especially in Dallas. I mean, and with Luka too, man. Someone who will pass first.
He's gonna just feed you the rock. Like, all right,
and
take
he's
us to
gonna
the
lead
promised land.
defender when he's locked in. Like,
yes,
he was in. I still think he had an action for defensive player of the year like 2 years ago, like when the year they won. What was that? 2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he. So it's like, obviously he got to buy in, but it's like when you playing with Luka, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's a risk, but he's a two-way big like that we've hardly ever seen.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think that gives them a better shot. Like now you put AD with Luka and give them some shooters,
Mm-hmm.
I think they could go up against anybody.
No, that makes sense.
Like
healthy AD with a Luka and just people like, look, if you could get a Klay Thompson out there, because it's not guaranteed Klay coming back. That's my whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Klay with Luka and an AD, they beating everybody, in my opinion.
That'd be tough. That'd be tough. That's what he needs. He needs shooters, and that's going to open up 82 because they're not going to be able to just close down and pinch. They're going to have to stay on the shooter, respect the shooter. You got to respect Luka. That's already the thing with Luka right now, though. He draws double teams. So it's a matter of getting him someone that can help break that for him,
It reminds me of the days of the first stint with LeBron in Cleveland.
Yep.
All they did on LeBron was just crash down on him. Yeah. He ain't had nobody to kick it out to.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't hate Kyrie. Like I hope and pray Kyrie resign this summer. I mean, if they
tax-free dollars, I will resign.
I pray he do. Like that's not a bad option at all. Kyrie. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying AD is different. But I'm here for Kyrie being there, being a part of that too, though, for sure.
Yeah, it just comes down to health. And if Kyrie ain't on that bullshit with all the stuff going on, with the extracurricular, like, bro, if he's just hooping, just focus on hooping, media not trying to set him up and nothing, it's a good investment to just sign him. This is his fresh start. Lakers already messed up cap-wise. They can't sign Kyrie straight up after they added Mo Bamba. So the only way he going there is a sign-in trade.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why it looks more appealing then.
That's why they was talking about a potential contract extension for D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Because they know they cap strapped right now. You get what I'm saying? Bron just signed his extension. They know. So I kind of figure they're going to give D'Angelo Russell that extension, right?
Yeah.
They're going to try to get Kyrie. I believe so in my heart. I believe they're going to try to get him. Yeah. It's just up to the Mavs if they want to do it.
Yeah. It's up to Kyrie if he gonna want to stay. Does he want to go there? Because he wants to go to LA. He said that.
He want to go to LA. He's a big Kobe guy. I don't even think it's about Bron, honestly.
Yeah,
I just believe it's his ties to Kobe. He
Yeah.
feels like I could be the next one. Kobe mentored me, yada,
Yeah.
yada. Is why not play for my guy's team? That's what I
Right.
truly feel. Because,
So-
Bron, you about to be 40. Don't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody care no more. It's not like you 28, Bron, where everybody's clamoring to you like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's do it. Bron, everybody looking at you like you the OG of the league right now. Like,
Yeah.
you still raw. You still, but this not going to be here for the next
Yeah.
5 years.
Nah, facts. Facts.
So D-Lo and AD for Kyrie, Bullock, a couple first rounders. Powell.
That could be something we see.
Let's make it
It's something
happen.
we can see.
I'd be with that. They can,
Yeah, that would fill 2 voids for the Mavs too. Another guard, a big man. LeBron gets Kyrie reunited. Kyrie gets LA. That'd be interesting, man.
so listen, y'all. We got Suns, Bucks. Everybody wants the Bucks. You got the Clippers. You got the Suns, Reg. You want to say the Nuggets, but you don't feel it. I see what we see. Listen, we're gonna have to bring this back after we see the Suns play for about a month or so. They say KD might play against the Bucks.
I see him either Wednesday or Sunday.
Yep.
So if we get him back, we let him play for a couple weeks. We'll see how that go, and we'll run this back to see. But all I'm saying is, as long as them brothers is on the court,
Yeah. You
It
like the
might
mob.
it might give
Hey,
you a disrespect.
I said it on the last pod. If the chemistry works out, I don't believe nobody's beating Phoenix this year. Not a soul. It's
Yeah.
all up to the chemistry in these next 20 plus games, plus
Yeah.
the playoffs. If they could get just a little bit,
Mhm.
I don't see it at all. Nobody beating them.
Man, can Chris Paul get his ring? D Book get his ring. KD get his ring without the Warriors. It's gonna get real interesting on Twitter. KD get a ring.
But hold on though, Deb. If KD get this ring,
Uh-oh.
I'm torching everybody on Twitter. You can believe that.
Red's home.
I'm gonna go on a crazy rant because the way they bashed my guy for like the last 4, 5, they gonna hear it from me.
Yeah.
They gonna hear it. They don't want that to happen. Oh no.
KD, brother, come through. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad to see KD get his ring. CP3, a legend. He walk off with a ring. He'd probably be able to retire after that.
I think he'll walk off the court.
He get to go. You know, D Book is really one of my guys, so I wouldn't be mad to see them get it done. Ooh, but you know we always rooting for Loja. We're gonna see, you know what I'm saying?
It's
If
gonna
they
be interesting. I want to see the rematch. I
yeah.
want to see the rematch. I want to see the Suns and Mavs. I would love to see
Yeah,
them at some point.
I want to see what Ayton is gonna do this time. Me
Yeah.
personally. That's
Yeah.
what I want to see.
If Aiden plays
Are you
like
gonna
that
get
player-
that man dropped 50 on your head to win a ring last
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
You gotta do something, bro.
Aiden, the whole playoff run is on Aiden head, man. KD gonna give you 30. D Book gonna do his thing. Aiden, we gonna see. But listen, we gonna get this here. We gonna be back on though. We gonna talk some seeding. We just gotta see a little bit more hoop. This was a good one, y'all. I appreciate y'all. We'll be
Yes,
back.
sir.
Hey.